My name is Audrey. I own Poke United. We did 12 grand last month. No, that's not all profit. I am a new Pokemon reseller. We have PokeUnited.com. We resell Pokemon cards. Part of why I'm sharing this with you is so that you won't have such a hard time trying to struggle through the process when someone says, just Google a supplier. So that is what we're going to learn today. We are going to learn what I did to find my suppliers and maybe some things to look for. So here we go. All right, when searching for a supplier, I think you may have followed some other creators who just say, go online and Google it. That's great, but that's not going to help. This is more for people who need just to step by step walk you through exactly what I did. The first thing that I did was go to Facebook. So Facebook. And I came up here in the search, and as you can see, there are several searches here. You want to look for Pokemon TCG, which is trading card game, Japan. Once we have that, you'll see several groups that pop up. Here's buy and sell. You can join the groups if you want. There will be a lot of options for these, because it's become quite an occupation, I think, in Japan to sell to US resellers who want to sell the products, because part of what's going on is that, for example, Prismatic Evolutions is so expensive, nobody in America can get it. However, we can get Terrestrial Festival, which is the Japanese version, which is just as beautiful, if not more beautiful, and it's like a quarter of the price, and you could actually get your hands on it, which is what you want if you're going to be trying to sell anything in the Pokemon world as not a big business who has distribution, because we don't, but we do have 3 suppliers, and this is how I find them. Okay, so for example, I'm going to click on Japanese Pokemon TCG. This is a whole group. As you can see, they have a lot of members here, which is great. This is what we're looking for. When anybody online tells you, or I'm going to tell you, look for somebody who has a lot of stock, this is what we mean. You'll see on Facebook, if we enlarge this, that I believe they are required to have the date of the photo of their stock and their name. So this is when, who, song. And oftentimes you'll see there's when, here's when, and you'll see other people say, hey, what do you have in stock? And I like to come over here and I like to go back in time, like 2 hours, but in months or weeks, I like to look at the conversations that Daniel or the person who you're thinking of buying from, I like to look at their conversations of other people. A lot of times it's going to be PM me, private message me, which is fine. You just want to make sure that they have a lot of communications with other people and they're pretty kind about it. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for a supplier that has a lot of this, a lot of Facebook history, lots of comments, lots of followers, lots of pictures of what it is that you want to buy over this is exactly what you're looking for over a certain amount of time. Now, I do not buy from Matsumitsu Goto, but if I was going to do this all over again and I was looking for a supplier, someone who I was going to send a large amount of money to in hopes of getting product back with just the cred that you find online, this is what I'd look for. I'd look for this person to be communicating frequently with anybody who leaves the comments. Sometimes people will leave comments saying, oh yeah, Masamitsu is really great. I got this in 3 days, and they'll put pictures of what they got. That's excellent. There's also Reddit sites and there's other sites that'll tell you, no, don't, this person's a scam, don't follow them. So I like to take this person's name and then I'll Google it and then Google the word scam and see if they've come up under any complaints, anything like that. So I do my due diligence, and you should too if you're going to be sending money overseas in hopes of getting a product back. But these pictures are great. Again, I'll click here. We'll see this is Masa again. These are things that he or she, they are offering. If you see right here, this person is an admin of this group. I'm not saying that the person that you buy from has to be the admin of the group, But in all three cases of all of our suppliers, I have looked for them to be the administrator of the Japanese Pokemon or whatever buy and sell group, just as a little bit more cred, because I'm spending lots of money with these people and I want to make sure that it's legit and I'm not just throwing money away. So these are all good signs. Find these people. So here we go. Some of them will list, this is OP is one piece. Some of them will list the sales that they're having or the prices. They're also probably going to use either PayPal or Wise, FedEx or DHL. We have 3 suppliers. The ones that use FedEx normally get it to us in overnight or 2 days. The ones that use DHL normally get it to us in about 3 to 5 days. You can also, I think, pay Rush or whatever different payment options if you like pre-ordered it and you want to get it the day it comes out. They'll tell you all that. So you just email them and say, hey, my name is Audrey. I started a company here in America, blah, blah, blah. Or you don't even have to say that. Just say, hey, I'm looking to buy a large quantity of Terrestrial Festival. Can you give me a price list? More about that in a second. This is what you're looking for here. If you decide to come on Facebook, just stalk them. Make sure that their account has bunches of pictures of the product and that it wasn't just there yesterday. I reached out to all these people. These people did not reach out to me, obviously, because I'm small potatoes compared to everybody else in the Pokemon world. Nobody knows I exist, and that's okay. If they reached out to me, I'd be a little suspicious, but I'm reaching out to them, and that's good. Also, another option for you is Instagram. So I'm going to do the same thing on Instagram. I'm going to come over here and search. I search for this frequently. Right here, you can search Pokemon cards, Japan. See what comes up. All right, we've got Pokemon cards, Japan right here. I'm gonna look at what I often look at what their profile picture is. I'm gonna look at their name. You don't have to follow, you could just message. I'm gonna look at how many posts they are, how many posts there are, how many follows they are, and how many people they're following. I'm gonna look at a little bit of the about me, because I think it is such a thing for Japanese people to be selling to American resellers. I don't think it's a lot easier to find them and a lot easier to contact them, and they're gonna know what you want when you do contact them. So this person spells it all out for you. He tells you, they tell you what they provide and how you can pay. And how do you buy it? You DM them, you direct message and say, hey, what's your price list? So this person, I like that there's these photos here. You see a little picture of them, what they have. You want to look for pictures of massive quantities of stock, because that means that they can get it in, hopefully, by all accounts, the way it looks online. Like I said, I'll spend a couple hours looking to make sure that all of their communications with people, like in their comments, are nice, or they get back to people who ask questions about the product on the comment. So any of this, and I'll also go take this person's Pokemon card stock Japan. I'll also Google that to see if there's any scams associated with it, or there's any Reddit pages that someone was scorned enough to take out on this person because they weren't good with business and they're letting people know. I basically stalk the people. Then when I feel comfortable, okay, maybe I could send this person like $1,000, or I'll ask for one box. That's what I did. Then I'll ask for their price list. What is a price list? I'm going to show you. This is an actual price list. It's a piece of a price list. This is one of the nicer price lists. So what a price list is, when you message your potential supplier, you introduce yourself. Hey, my name is Audrey. I run PokeUnited.com in America. I am a reseller. I would like to get into providing Japanese supply. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Terrestrial Festival. I'm looking for One Piece. They're going to send you back something that looks like this. And it is a lot of times they will share their drive, their Excel spreadsheet with you. And this is important because when you order, you want to order as soon as you see the price that you want to order at. So let me explain. In Japan, the price of Pokemon cards varies on demand. So these prices, see, they're up, some are new. This is just a snippet. These prices change by the hour, by the day, by the week. So these prices are like the stock market. They're constantly changing. So you want to order when the price is a certain price in order to know what you're going to be paying for. So his spreadsheet modifies itself every hour. And so I don't have to keep asking him, hey, what's the latest price for Stellar Miracle? What's today's price for this? Because it does change so frequently. I just get in here myself, I look at his prices, then I'll compare that with the prices of my other two suppliers. With my other two, I have to go every day and say, hey, what is the price for Terrastal Festival today? And they'll say, okay, it's this much. And then I go and I compare that with my other two suppliers. I have one supplier, he will not give me an entire price list for everything and their mother. If he wants to know what I want. After you do this, after you get your price list, you figure out what you want and you tell them, I want 1 box of this, I want 1 case of this. If you're new at this, this is what I did. I bought 1 box. It's gonna cost probably equal or more in shipping just to ship that 1 box. It was like $35. $35 to ship, and the box cost $35, but that's how much I was willing to stretch on somebody that I didn't know. I did that with all 3 of them. I said, hey, my name's Audrey, I'm with blah, blah, blah. I would like to buy a box of this. And that does a couple things. That'll tell you if they think that you're small potatoes and they don't have time for you, or they'll say, hey, I'm gonna walk you through this. Good luck. Let me know what I can do to make this easier on you, and I hope to grow with you. All 3 of mine did that. They were amazing. So you really want that. So yeah, so this is what you're gonna get. You let them know what you want, and then they're gonna say, okay, what's your email address? You're gonna give your email address, the address you want the stuff taken to or delivered to, and they're going to send you an invoice either by Wise or PayPal. I use PayPal because PayPal has the customer protection just in case, because I didn't know if I send $30, I work hard for my money. If I send $30, if I send $1,000 to Japan, I don't know this person. I'm just hoping that they're going to send me back a product in return for my yen. They're going to send you back an invoice with the total in yen. I'm going to link with the total in yen, I'm gonna link the currency converter that I have in my phone to this so that you can use it if you want to. It's not sponsored or anything, it's just a currency converter. But like for this person, and you may get this as well, this person actually has what the price is, and you'll get it in yen, so you do have to convert. But he also has it in US dollars, euros, Australian dollars, New Zealand dollars, so that you don't have to worry about converting it yourself. The other 2 suppliers, I convert it myself, and I convert it before I figure out what I want and how much I want to spend, and calculate shipping in with that. They'll let you know, the invoice will have the shipping, what you're ordering, what's included, and all of your personal information you do have to give to them. And then if it's PayPal or Wise, you fill that out, you pay the invoice. With mine, I message them and I let them know that the invoice is paid, but they will get something on their side that says that the invoice is paid. And depending on who your supplier is, I have amazing suppliers. My suppliers take a picture of them packing my order, and then after the order is sealed, they take a picture of my name label on the package, and they also send me a tracking number. And most of the time I get it overnight, like I said. So that's really thoughtful of them. And I really do appreciate that. And it makes me want to do that for the people that buy from me who don't know me, who might be taking a chance on me, which is really cool. When you're sending goods internationally, there's taxes associated with it. 2 of my suppliers take care of all of that. Like, I can order any amount of anything. They take care of the customs, the taxes, all of that's included. I have my other supplier who's still just as amazing. I buy in smaller quantities from him so that we don't have to do the customs paperwork on every box and pay for the taxes on large orders. So I think as long as our orders like under 1,100, we'll just keep our orders small enough that we don't have to do like a big customs tax thing, which can get pricey. I would ask your supplier about it, ask if and they will know how to do this because this is their business. This is what they do for a living, most likely. Ask them, does this include customs taxes? I know for certain shops, like my husband made our website, but if you have Shopify or any other provider of your website purchase services, they may require an invoice from your supplier to make sure that you're getting legit supply from a legit means. And these invoices will come attached to your box, and they'll also email them to you, and you can request them like an itemized invoice. When you have a good relationship with your suppliers, which you should always be kind and always thank them, they're very grateful people, they're very kind people, but you should always be kind and considerate to them. But after you have your relationship with your people, like with mine, I can ask, hey, sometimes I'll get a discount if I buy a certain amount, or sometimes a discount on shipping if I buy a certain frequency. I ask them, hey, what's the latest thing? What's popular in Japan right now? What's coming out in Japan? And what do you think it's going to do? A lot of them won't be like, oh, yeah, it's going to tank. But some of them be like, it might be a little bit cheaper if you wait till after the new year. Or, hey, what day are things mostly the cheapest? Have you noticed? Oh, Sundays are cheap to buy, which is just an example. But the better you are to them, they will feel more comfortable giving you like little tidbits like that, which are priceless. So please be nice to your suppliers because it's a very symbiotic relationship, and you can get the goods on the goods and have the inside scoop and be able to put it on YouTube or whatever. So that is how you find your supplier, step by step. That is what a price list is. If you have any questions, please email me, Audrey at pokeunited.com. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if that's helpful. I hope it was helpful because I didn't know what a price list was or what it meant to find someone who has lots of pictures of stock. I had no idea. So when I actually did it, I was like, I've got to let people know. So hopefully this is helpful for you. You can subscribe if it was, and I appreciate it.